first of training partners. We feel privileged to be here, and a lot of other dignitaries. So I think all the participants in this webinar can benefit from her experience, take some questions around, and it would be a great session around for all of you who want to enroll. And I think if we see COVID situation, medical industry is the only industry that is running in full potential, and quality is one of the bases for any manufacturing industry, and we can benefit. So handing over to you, Rajshri ma'am, who is the founder and director of Raj GPRSC.
Thank you, Manishji. Thank you, Nituraji, for giving us an opportunity. I'm thankful to IBSC MTZ, and I'm really thankful to Dr. Jitendra Sharma for giving this opportunity to serve our nation. And due to our passion, we are willing to train and skill our, next leaders. So who will be the next leader? So I will go through the short presentation, which I have made specially for our biomedical engineers. And since we have got this opportunity, I will take privilege to explain all about the Raj GPRSC Private Limited, what we do exactly, and why we are today and why we have been selected as a training partner. So give me a couple of minutes to introduce my team and my company. So Raj GPRSC means a Global Pharma Regulatory Affairs Consultants. And we have completed almost 11 successful years as a consultant, auditors and trainers. And we have been associated with NSDC and LSSDC for Skill India program since last 3 years. And during these 11 years, the curriculum, we have trained more than, now the figure has changed, it's more than 25,000 candidates we have trained. Our company is ISO certified and LSSDC accredited. So we are catering services to more than 100 companies in pharma, nutra, and medical device industry. And along with that, we have our small institution wherein we offer Skill India program in pharma, nutra, biotech, and medical devices. And we are handling globe. Globe means US FDA, Europe, Canada, rest of the world. And India is, of course, top priority. You might have heard that MDR had changed, in India. Due to MDR 17, there is a huge scope for all manufacturers, and the transition period is also going on. And there are, a huge scope for us to export our product, which will be manufactured in India and exported to various countries like US, Europe, and others. So we have to understand that we have to meet country-specific and product-specific requirement when we have to deal with the different regulatory bodies, and we have to follow different regulatory standards and the ISO standards. So the mission of Raj GPRSC is, to empower the employees' productivity and skills development through relevant education and skill development, and market-focused livelihood program in life science, pharma, and healthcare industry. So healthcare comprises of medical devices. And to empower women who are willing to make second career in pharma, life science, and healthcare industry. So I'm very proud women to help those women who are really suffering in their career. After the first childbirth or second childbirth, there is a huge gap of 2 years, 4 years, 7 years. Some ladies have 12 years of gap. So those ladies come to us, and then we train them, groom them, skill them in such a way that they can come back to industry. And we help them for their placement as well. So that is how, it's my passion, it's my, privilege to take the advantage of this and, groom them and set up their career in future. And this is our quality policy. We are very strict when we are talking about our quality policy. We provide the highest, quality of education, and we provide the highest skill also. It's not only education is sufficient, not only technical knowledge or any knowledge is sufficient. We have to groom our student in such a way that they will face the challenges in their life. Suppose so tomorrow they get the job, they should be able to focus on their job, not only their job, how to manage the team. So the people management skill, soft skill, communication skill, verbal skill, non-verbal skill, so they have to tackle all these things also along with their knowledge and the skills. That's what I believe in. And we groom in such a way that my student, wherever they will go, they will have a great future in their life. And this is my team. I have an office in Thane, and we have a team of around 10 people working with us. And we have really great privilege to associate with our seniors. And just a little bit about me. I'm by qualification, I'm a pharmacist, and I served industry first for 20 years. I worked in Sandoz, Novartis, Glenmark, Cognizant, TCS, Femicare, GSK, and so many companies. I have taken my hands-on experience first in right from R&D, quality assurance, QC. Then since last 15 to 19 years, I am into regulatory affairs. So I'm handling all global regulatory affairs, auditing, consulting, filing, as per the country specific requirement in CTD, ECTD, PCTD, whatever format is required. And there is, while working in these different areas in pharma, nutra, biotech, I thought like there is a huge opportunity in medical devices also, and we started working from 2016. And 2017, there was a drastic change. The rule has revised. And that's why, I have designed the course for medical devices. And not only in quality assurance, we have designed for the global regulatory affairs and other areas as well, clinical evidence, the pharmacovigilance, material vigilance. So there are a couple of other courses also along with this quality assurance. But I'm thankful to IBSC for selecting us as a training partner for providing quality assurance training to the biomedical engineers. And I take privilege to introduce my team. I have very senior people. Those were the regulators. The first is Om Prakash Sadhwani, who is also one of the lead auditor and who served our nation for more than 30 years. He was himself as a drug controller office of India, and he was a former joint commissioner of Maharashtra FDA. He was awarded with the the Bharat Gaurav Puraskar, and he has been a very good resource for our Indian DNC Act, and he was the core member, one of the member who drafted our MDR 17 rules and regulations. So I have the very good opportunity to associate with him. Then the second person is Mr. Ram Banarese. I respect him a lot. He came in our association, with our association since last 5 years. He has retired and we are working together since last 5 years. He also has more than 35 years of experience. He is also RA QA professional. He has been also inspector, for the drug inspector. He has worked with the FSSAI and the drug regulatory bodies more than 35 years. Then with me, I have Sneha Pandit, who is also electronic engineer, having more than 6 years of experience, and she is our MDR expert, handling all ISMR, the Sugam portal submission, US FDA submission, all technical file preparation and all. So like that, we have several other members in different areas. Here I have to emphasize that you need not to go away, like we have all the subject matter expertise in respective areas. We have doctors, we have pharmacists, we have engineers, in different areas who can help us to develop our biomedical engineers. So coming back to what other programs we are offering to the industry in pharma sector, that is pharma, global regulatory affairs in formulation, CTD. You can see medical device we are offering since last 5 years, but it has become popular during last 2 years. Then we have medical writing, patents, nutraceutical, and so on. Now, while developing this, we got an opportunity to develop a separate program, as per IBSC requirement for the certificate in biomedical quality assurance, and which we were anyway offering under the global regulatory affairs, global medical regulations. So we have, jotted down the important modules, and we have separated this program exclusively for the biomedical engineers. And you are really lucky to have such a beautiful program designed by our IBSC team, and they have taken huge efforts to make all compile all data, make the syllabus, and make the question bank. I heard that since last whole year Nituri is working for this, making question bank for you for the assessment. I'm really happy for that. And the syllabus comprises of 5 basic modules like introduction to various medical devices, regulatory bodies. So in which we are going to cover you the overview of medical device industry worldwide, not only in India. Of course, India is the primary responsibility to cover, but along with India, you are going to learn how US FDA works, how Europe works, what is CE mark, what is ISM mark. So everything will be covered under this section. Then we are going to cover quality module, that is quality management system as per ISO 13485. And along with this, we are going to cover auditing skills also as per ISO 19011-2018. So that is an added advantage to all of you guys. Then the next topic is risk management, risk analysis, which also covers. So what I will do, I will also share this presentation with you all guys. No need to write down or anything. Just listen to me for another 10 minutes. Then the fifth module, which is also very important module, the regulatory submission to the notified authorities. So in which we have covered the most important point which are relevant to, for your job. When you will be hired in industry, what you want to learn, what you want to, utilize your knowledge or skills, that particular things we are taking care of in all this. And you will be getting hands-on experience for the, Sugam portal submission, BIS, ISI marking, how does it, happen in the industry. So this is brief about our program, which is for 3 months weekend program, 50-hour session we will be taking. Then coming to the main point wherein you must be more interested in what are the career opportunities for medical, in the medical devices for biomedical engineers. So we offer this program in classroom, the distance education program, as Nituri told, due to COVID, we are offering only through the webinars. Okay, so keep in mind, though we have our training institute, we are not going to operate at least till next 6 months. Since it's very risky to attend the classroom training program. So try to empower yourself, try to learn many things, and you will get to learn many things if you are associated with us through IBSC. So we are going to teach you everything right from what is MDD to MDR, then CE mark, USA, this conformity assessment, Sugam portal, how to make device master file, plant master file, and so on, which we already providing services to the medical device industry, which is the need of the hour. Okay, this is our institute located in Thane, Mumbai. And these are my students, and I'm really happy to train a student from international also. This is my Bangladesh team who had come to India and taken the advantage of skilling themselves on regulatory aspects. So there are a couple of people coming from Kenya, Abu Dhabi, Netherlands, USA, UK, and so on. And these are a couple of clients. I cannot include, more clients in one slide, whatever fitted I have given. Then, so these are the testimonial. You can see people, coming from Abbott, coming from, he was the superintendent of, he's a Dr. Coker. He has attended a couple of our program and he was extremely happy with our program. And all people, those who are happy, always give the testimonial, by themselves. And I'm really happy to see their testimonial because it gives, motivation to us. If you're happy, if you're satisfied, then it's your right to, give some feedback, the genuine feedback, I would suggest. So people coming from different organizations. You can see this lady had joined from Japan, Tokyo. Then he is Abhinav Thakur, who is a MD from Accurex Biomedical. He has also attended our program. So we are going to invite a couple of people from the industry. But before that, you just try to understand what are the facts about India. Okay. If anyone can speak, they can unmute and tell us what are the important facts in India. Because you should understand what are the 10 amazing facts, because we have very good scientist pool, we have good pharmacist pool, we have engineering, and we are the world of pharmacy, right? So we are the third largest country in army force, and we are the second largest country who speaks English. So you can see there are top 10 English speaking countries, out of which India is the second. So that is one advantage, though we have English, Gujarati, Tamil, Hindi, Bengali, Marathi, so, but we have top 10, second position under top 10 English speaking countries. So that is one advantage to us. So coming back to our biomedical engineering field, and I always think why I couldn't do the biomedical engineer, because it's the ocean of knowledge you have already as a biomedical engineer. They have knowledge of math, science, biology, and medicine, right? So biomedical engineers work at the intersection of engineering, the life sciences, and healthcare. And the biomedical engineer combine engineering principles with the medical sciences to design and create equipment, devices, computer system, and so on. So guys, just have patience. I'm going to share everything with you. And just why I'm going through all the slides, because you might have any question in your mind relevant to this industry, how this industry works, what exactly is going on in this healthcare sector. So that I want you to understand first. So there is a biomedical engineering specialization, that is surgical instrument and medical devices. You would see lots of surgical instruments are used in the hospital. Now during COVID, you might have seen ventilators are required. Then the rapid kit test, thermometer, like say there are so many medical devices are coming into market. Simple, the woman, she has to check the pregnancy, the Prega kit is available. Simple blood check, blood, the glucose level. So everything, insulin pen. So many devices are coming into market, and there is a huge opportunity. Then there is a next section is the tissue engineering. Tissue engineering is literally the creation of tissues and tissues material to replace failing bodily function. Then you can see biomaterial, see top to bottom, you can see all these biomaterials are required, right? So biomaterials are any kind of matter that integrates with biological systems such as your organs, tissues, bloods. So biomaterial occurs naturally in the body but are now grown rapidly in the laboratories. You can see mouth braces, hearing aid, heart valve, hip replacement, knee replacement, then catheters and stents, finger joint implants. There are so many, right? Including your contact lenses. So all these things are becoming so popular that you have huge opportunity to work in different areas. Then there is neural engineering. Neural engineering focuses on the interaction between the body's nervous system and any artificial medical devices. It is very cool brain computer stuff. Then the biomechanics. Biomechanics is the study of how our bodies are structured specifically for the mobility and movement. Then telehealth. So telehealth is very, again, it's becoming very, very popular. Then biosignal processing, you could see. Then medical imaging, you must have seen MRI, CT scan. This is very high-end equipment, but it is essential in any hospital, so to diagnose any disease. Then the computer modeling. Then what is the role of biomedical engineer? You can see they can work in electrical and electronics, mechanical, physical, chemical, optical, computer science, material science. Then design and manufacture of products that monitor physiologic function or the display anatomic details, detection, measurement, biosensors. You can see huge opportunity, right? Computer analysis, you might have heard about artificial intelligence and virtual technology, right? So now the world is behind this AI. So you can see this medical informatics is, it's a huge opportunity. So I'm really happy to see your future is, going to be very good, those who have done biomedical engineer. So apart from the opportunities, you should have certain skills also, okay? Like I said, people management skill, communication skill, analytical abilities, creativity, math skill, problem solving skills. So these all things you should have inbuilt. If not, we can help you to, skill in those particular areas. So these are the important milestones. So I have just brought certain, the figures and what all things are important when you are into medical devices industry. And these are the important milestones in the development of medical instruments. So you can see lots of instrument, electrocardiograms, optical lens, hypodermic syringe, X-ray machine. Could see heart walls. So now let us focus on with me Sadhvani sir and Ram Banarese sir is going to talk about how the skill people are required in India. So I will just skip this slide because they are going to speak a few minutes, just two minutes. So just understand global market for medical device is over US dollar to 20 billion, and in India it's steadily growing at the rate of 15 to 17% CAGR. So our MDR, QA or RA courses allows learner to gain complete knowledge of medical device starting from its design and development, compliance, validation, ISO standard to its regulation by different regulatory agencies around the world. And this course will help you to, enhance their knowledge in medical devices, quality assurance, regulatory, those who are willing to join industry and to flourish there as per the competitive age. Just hold on, I have to admit many people are joining. So it's getting disturbed. Yeah. So this is US medical device outsourcing market size by services. You can see from 2015, 2016 onwards, how big growth is. You can see this graph. So there is a huge demand for the outsourcing business as well. So here I want to say the US, Europe, Canada and other part of the world are going to outsource our services from India with respect to quality assurance services, regulatory affairs services, product design development services, product testing, sterilization, product implementation services, product upgrade services, product maintenance services, and contract manufacturing. And that is why this AMTZ zone is, going to flourish. You would see the results, within these 2 to 5 years now. So medical devices can be grouped according to the 3 areas of medicine. One is diagnosis, second therapy, then rehabilitation. You can see. So this puts increasing pressure on the medical device industry to develop value-driven healthcare for the masses and maintain high levels of technological invention. The top medical companies in the world are currently Johnson & Johnson, General Electric Company, that is GE, Medtronic, Baxter International, then Siemens and Stryker, and there are so many others, but these are the top 10 companies. And jobs in medical devices often appear to be quite similar to those in the pharmaceutical industry and the biotechnological industry. So a number of medical devices job exists specifically within this industry, mostly surrounding engineering and the manufacturing role. And IBSC has already designed a couple of programs considering the requirement for the industry. So the medical devices job vary widely as per the industry, which split into several categories like orthopedic, surgical instruments, stent catheters, syringes, blood transfusion, dental instruments, and there are a couple of combined drug device products. So many global pharma companies develop combined drug devices also like GSK, Novartis, Abbott, Cipla and all. And the medical device industry can offer fantastic opportunities for life science professionals already working in or interested in regulatory affairs job, quality control job, quality assurance job, manufacturing and engineering field. So let us talk about what the QA and RA people does in the industry. So similar to pharma and biotech industry, you will find QA jobs in medical device industry, such as qualified person, QA officer and QA manager. And these QA roles will have similar responsibilities to those in pharma, but will adherent into the certain guidelines because pharma guidelines are a bit different than the medical device industry. When we talk about pharma, GMP you have to follow. When we talk about the medical industry, along with GMP, you have to follow ISO QMS. QMS is nothing but quality management system as per ISO 13485. And there are a couple of ISO 9000 standards which you want to understand. And in this industry, regulatory affairs and QA assurance teams work very closely with each other, and one person may have overlapping responsibility between the two. And that's the reason we have designed this course in such a way that quality assurance and regulatory affairs both the skills are required to perform a job in your industry. And then the QA team makes sure that manufacturing processes outlined in the technical file by regulatory affairs when trying to gain a license are strictly followed. So therefore, technical file by regulatory affairs when trying to gain a license, just wait. People are joining so late. License are strictly followed. Therefore, typical day-to-day responsibilities of QA personnel in medical devices involve inspections, compliance checks, CAPA. CAPA is corrective action, preventive action, investigations, creating PQRs, that is product quality reports, and dealing with customer complaints. Guys, just have patience because we are going to discuss each role and responsibility, but we are more emphasizing on the quality assurance and the regulatory affairs professional for which you are attending this session. Then there are a couple of other roles like quality control, quality assurance manager, then the regulatory affairs in medical devices. So each person has the different roles and responsibilities, and each person will have same roles and same skilling technique. So both the people working in quality assurance or regulatory affairs should have thorough knowledge about the ISO standard, GMP, then risk management, validation, compliance system, CAPA, as I said, corrective action, preventive action. So all these, knowledge skills are very important when you are working in QC, QA or RA. Then there is a scope for the R&D design. So the design engineer would have also, a very good opportunity in the researching, development, then the technical designs for various medical devices before they manufacture. Sometimes they will have to modify the design of existing device also, right? So there are already so many devices developed by the original company, but due to the huge requirement in COVID or SARS or any diseases, you have, ability to develop the existing design. If anyone has that ability to develop the existing design, so there is a huge scope in this area as well. And you require the excellent skill in computer assistant design, that is CAD software, and strong knowledge of the engineering and design. Then there is other area called validation. Validation jobs are also very important. You might have heard about the computer system validation as per 21 CFR Part 11, So this is also most valuable job. And if you see, the whole world is behind digitalization and electronic system. So that's the reason whenever you are handling the electronic system or electronic record, so we have to follow 21 CFR Part 11. And the computer system validation becomes a very important role played by the engineers. And this is also having a very huge scope in the validation area for our biomedical engineers. Then the manufacturing, as Nituri already described, the AMTAZ zone is already, invited more than 200 manufacturers. So if you have thorough knowledge about the manufacturing roles, can you mute somebody? Hello? Yeah. So manufacturing roles in medical devices include a manufacturing associate, a manufacturing operator, manufacturing engineer job. Manufacturing associate or operator roles have a broad range of responsibility that involve handling manufacturing machinery, reading and following SOP, and so and so. So field engineering, that is the one, once again, this is also very, very important field. You might have seen the field engineer jobs, people are, ready to take up this job because they have to travel a lot. But because of COVID, now there is a, less travel happening. But I receive, minimum 5 to 10 inquiries daily basis that they require field engineer. Okay, so the field engineer jobs are concerned with the ongoing improvement of the machine performance and involves installing, supporting, maintaining, and repairing medical device equipment and the machinery. So field engineers also provide breakdown and upgrade support and ensure the health and safety is carried out on site. So these are the roles and responsibilities of biomedical engineers, and you can read it out later on. When you are working as a in the regulation, that is RA role, what kind of roles and responsibilities you are going to handle. here I would emphasize that you should have thorough knowledge about right from the research development till the management aspects, and then the also the regulatory bodies, rules, regulation, directives, standards, everything has to be known to the person who is willing to work in this area. And then role of biomedical engineering validation. This is also important aspect. The quality assurance people mainly taking 5 to 10 years of experience enter into this area, because here also you need the huge knowledge about the equipment and the computer system validation, cleaning engineer, and so on. Then quality control, then R&D designs. You can just read it out. There is roles and responsibility I have highlighted in red color. The QC people generally the routine analysis, QC check, quality testing of raw material, in-house material. Then they had to check the performance of the the instrument or the equipment, and by doing various tests by using the in-house equipment. Sometimes they have to send it for the outside laboratories for the testing if in-house equipments are not available. So there should be a coordination with the outside laboratories also. Then this role is pretty different than the quality assurance, and the quality assurance manager has to mainly responsible for the quality of the product, and right from design to the distribution to the customer. And he has to take care of all the documents, then internal audit, external audit, all the technical files, release certificates, COAs, everything he has to take care of. And additionally, he should have thorough knowledge about the rules and regulation as well. Then R&D design is also, I have described earlier, right from the researching, designing, testing, modifying technical designs, they should have this, all the responsibilities. Yeah. And manufacturing also we have described, field engineering also we have described. So this is my, last, second last slide, I would say. So employment of biomedical engineers is projected to grow 7% from 2016 to 2026. So about as fast as the average for all occupations. So we have seen the growth in the pharma, biotech, nutraceutical industry. So now there is a huge growth we have seen for the employment in medical devices industry. So you have to grab the opportunities whenever, wherever it comes to you, but be sure that you are trained, you are skilled yourself, and it is important that they become more involved in healthcare delivery system, with countries recognizing the biomedical engineer as an essential professional for the 21st century healthcare. So training, skilling, empowering is very important for the sustainability. So I would request everyone to invest your time in the productive stuff. The key is not spending time, but investing your time, right? So it is you, right? Who is going to decide how to invest, where to invest, when to invest? So time is in your hand. It is you. You have to decide about your future. How do I utilize my time? How do I develop myself? How do you skill myself? How do I get training? Where do I go? There are so many things coming to your mind, and we are here to answer all your queries today. With me, I have a very good team with us. And last but not the least, I believe in 4 principles, that is 4D and 2P. So 4D means the first D always I believe in desire and dream. Okay. The first D is desire and dream. The second D is determination. The third D, dedication. And the fourth D, to reach your destination. So I will repeat. First D is desire. If you have desire to become a QA professional or RA professional in medical device, then you have to determine yourself, dedicate yourself till you reach to your destination. And with this 4D, you have to follow 2 P's. The first P, that is passion. You should have passion about your profession, right? Otherwise, you won't pass on to those 4 Ds, correct? So the passion, the first P and the last P is patience. Of course, you have to fulfill all those 4D, and for which you have to have patience. So with this, I have covered, I think, important aspects of what we are going to offer to you. And success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced daily, and failure is nothing more than a few small errors repeated daily. Thank you very much. And see to that there should be a continuous improvement in you all, guys. And these are the references. We have to acknowledge the source. Thank you once again. Thanks to Nituri. And now I would request Sadhwani sir to speak few words, and Ram Banarasi sir also to speak few words about, how we are going to cover all this, session.